Hey guys, it's your girl Miss Brittany M, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be giving you guys a life update on my career, on what's been going on, where I've transitioned to, explaining why I left the previous marketing firm that I used to work for, and just give you guys the details on the transition from being a single young marketing manager to becoming a mom and becoming a wife and thinking about my family, and that whole transition that I had to make physically and mentally. So if you guys are new here, I pursued marketing in college, and so for the past, let's say 5 years, I have always worked in my actual field, glory to God, and I'm very thankful to be able to work in my field since I was 21. And so I did not take the traditional route of living on campus. I decided to go and pursue my degree online so I can work full-time. And that was one of the best decisions I've ever made, because I was able to gain that experience before a lot of other people my age. I was able to build my resume, get those letters of recommendations, find mentors, and really just dive into the marketing field while I was young. That way, by the time I was done college, my whole mindset was, once I'm done college, I want to literally just ask for more money salary wise and keep it going. I didn't want to start from scratch once I graduated. So that was my thought process. And so for the past 2 years, I have been working at a marketing firm, and the company I worked for was great. It was a startup, and a lot of startups don't require that much as far as the hiring process, which is why I love startups. They're more like, can you do the work? If you can do the work, come on. Which is why personally I always worked at startups or smaller companies, because they are very hands-on. You're able to wear multiple hats. You're able to jump into different departments at the company. And you're basically just able to get that experience that everyone in marketing would need. And so at this particular marketing firm, I didn't know a lot. All I knew was social media marketing, and I knew email marketing, but being there, they were able to teach me the ropes on Facebook ads and Instagram ads and digital advertisement. I was able to take Google courses. I was able to get HubSpot certified. I was able to attend Facebook events here in Atlanta. I have a personal relationship now with the team over at Facebook. I can literally pick up the phone and call them, and I was able to juggle a lot of clients. I was able to play with a lot of different budgets. So I started off at, having 12 to 15 clients with $100 budgets. By the end of my 2 years, I had about 34 clients, and I was working with about $4,000 budgets at a time. And I was really able to dive deep and get my feet wet and get my hands dirty. And those 2 years at that firm really showed me what I can do and showed me what I was capable of. And I was able to learn how to multitask, learn how to build that relationship with clients, learn how to build out these reports every month. I was able to get them to invest in me as far as different trainings and attending different events and seminars, and working at that firm was awesome. And I remember before my boss, which was basically my manager there, before he had transitioned out to a different company, he sat me down and he was like, look, Brittany, once you feel like you can't grow anymore, or once you feel like you have nothing else to learn, it's time for you to go. And he was like, and this was an older man, he was in his 50s. And he sat me down and he the day before he left, he gave me a letter of recommendation, and he said, once you feel like you can no longer grow, once you feel like you can no longer learn, it's time for you to go ahead and transition, especially while you're young. Don't get stuck at this company. But for some people, their plan is to stay at a startup because they know once the company starts to grow, they are basically ahead and they'll be at the top of the food chain. And my manager just told me, like, don't wait for that time. Like, once you feel like your time is up, your time is up. Don't question it, don't doubt it, just go. And so that's what I did pretty much. So I ended up getting pregnant, and I am at this startup, and we have no benefits. I've been at the same salary since I started, and there was nowhere else for me to go. There was no other position to apply for. There was no other department that I was able to jump into. There was no more training I could get. There was nothing else. I've hit my peak at that company. And being 6 months pregnant, I was looking for things like health insurance, 401k, being able maybe to work from home, to get off early. I was looking for more money, of course, because now I have a family and I want to be able to contribute. And so when I was 6 months pregnant, the plan was for me to continue working, and we were just going to look into daycare. Well, the pandemic happened and everything shut down, and a lot of daycare started to shut down. People started to get sick. Like, COVID became very, very serious at that time. And so me and DC were like, okay, maybe we can look into investing in a nanny. And so we were looking at different rates. We were reaching out to people to see if anyone recommended anyone specifically. And then I started to hear stories about nannies getting COVID, or nannies not wanting to take on new clients because, you know, usually nannies are older and they feared of getting COVID from the clients. And so after that, I was like, okay, I just need to sacrifice, and I need to quit my job. I need to stay home for a year for the safety of my child. I need to be there for my child, and I need to make sure my child is healthy. The only person I trust is myself, and of course my parents and his parents. And so I was gonna make that sacrifice. So I told myself, remember, I was 6 months pregnant, so I told myself by December, my due date was December 27th, I wanted to have $10,000 saved, and I wanted to pay off all of my debt, and I was just gonna stay home for a year, and I was gonna do YouTube full time, and I was going to run my business full time and really like jump into high gear. Something did not sit right in my spirit, y'all, about me staying home. I was like, now I'll have a gap in my resume. You know, knowing myself, I wouldn't feel like myself. Like, y'all remember those times where I've tried to do YouTube full time and I just did not enjoy it. So I sat down with DC, and pretty much know that's my fiance, and so I sat down with him, and he loved both ideas. He was like, I think, you know, for the safety of our baby, you should stay home and just run your business and do YouTube full time, and really give yourself those 12 months to really see what you can do. But at the same time, I understand that you love what you do, and it's very important that you have your own career and that you're working towards your own personal goals. And he didn't want me becoming a mom to kind of just, you know, get in the way of that. So he understood both sides. So I started to pray about it. Y'all, as I started to pray about it, things started happening at the job that I would have never, ever guessed. Let me move this camera a bit. And things just started happening, and people started making decisions for me. I started to feel uncomfortable, and I started to not like getting up and going to work every day. And that never happened in those 2 years. That has never happened. I've never felt like that. So finally, I go ahead and I make my decision to leave the company. And I was home for maybe a week. And that's when I was like, yeah, I can't do this. I need to work. So the first thing I did is I looked at my resume and I updated my resume, basically making the description and the job titles sound more appealing. Really like rewriting those descriptions and making sure I'm very specific. I'm using keywords. I'm looking up different jobs in the marketing field and seeing what I can plug into my resume, those keywords that I can plug in. Then I went to my LinkedIn and I updated my bio, my profile. I started connecting with more people here in Atlanta, whether they were in my field or not. And I started asking for endorsements from previous coworkers and managers and things. And then that's when I went ahead and cleaned up my social media profiles. I made my Twitter and I believe my Facebook private, because I know that during that hiring process, companies definitely look at that. So did that. And then I sat down and I asked myself, okay, what are the top 3 things you're looking for? Because if you're going to jump into a new position at a new company, it needs to be worth it, especially with the, being a new mom. So it was 401k, basically it was the benefits and the pay. And then the last thing is I really wanted to find a job where I can work from home. If I could have secured a job where I can work from home, I was lit. So I'll be able to take care of my baby, make money, and have that stable income, but at the same time still create YouTube videos and work on my own business. So it was just a win-win if I could find a work from home position. And so I went on Indeed, I went on LinkedIn, and those were the 2 platforms that I used. And I just started applying every single day. And the thing was, I didn't care to work in the marketing field. I was so open to stepping out and trying a different avenue in a different field. And a lot of the jobs that called me back where I went on second interviews and such weren't in the marketing field. And it was so great because the pay was there, the benefits were there, and it was work from home. So just in case you guys are looking for something, maybe you're pregnant or you already have a family, or you just really want to work from home, or you're really looking for more pay, or you want more benefits, sometimes that position is not what you went to school for, is not the field that you specifically want to stay in, and that's okay. That is okay. I would say be open-minded and be optimistic about what else is out there. And so I was talking to my friends who I know have really good stable jobs that paid really well, and they all said the same thing. Like, they would have never guessed that they'll be working in the field that they're in, and they love it. So I was willing to take a step out on faith. And so I'm applying and I'm getting all these different interviews, and every time I feel like I have the position, they always reach back out to me saying, sorry, unfortunately we chose another candidate. So I started to get a little discouraged. I started to get a little overwhelmed. Y'all, at that point I was like, okay, I think I may just have to get a part-time job. I was even looking at night shift jobs. And now that I have a newborn, that would have never worked. But yeah, I started looking into part-time jobs, and I was looking for really big companies, because I know really big companies really take care of their employees. And so I was looking at like State Farm, the Hawks Arena. I was like looking at different insurance companies, corporate jobs like at Chick-fil-A, CNN, Tyler Perry Studios. I was just looking for very big companies, because I just came from a startup and I just wanted the complete opposite. And so finally one day, I didn't even apply to this company. The marketing director, I guess you can say, reached out to me. She found my resume, she emailed me, we jumped on a call, and I explained to her my experience. I explained to her what my desired salary was, that I was looking for full-time benefits, and I never told her that I was pregnant. I went through the second interview, and I had an interview with her boss, and then I had an interview with the actual marketing team, and then I had an interview with HR, and then finally at that 4th or 5th interview, they offered me the position, and the position was for a marketing company working fully remote, and the company has been remote for 12 years now. So this position isn't a work from home position just because of the pandemic. Like, this whole company has been a remote company for the past 12 years. It was more than my desired salary. Benefits are amazing, and the entire team is basically a bunch of women, which I really wanted as well. And like, I'm telling y'all, as soon as I got discouraged, this company reached out. I went on a bunch of different interviews during that process for the company, and then they offered me my position. And I have been with the company now for a minute, and it's amazing. I love it. It's a totally different side of marketing. Our clientele is completely different than what I've experienced before. I was so used to B2C, and now it's more like B2B, and I am learning and growing so much, and I am able to dive a little deeper into my creative side, which I'm not that good in. So I'm learning a lot as far as creating graphics and being more creative with my copy. And I'm building so many relationships at the company. The very first week, I led the marketing training, the social media training, and so I taught the company how to navigate and utilize Instagram more. The second week, I was jumping on calls with clients. The third week, I was putting together different presentations, and now I'm going to our showroom and I'm interviewing a bunch of our clients, and I'm able to edit videos. I'm able to create graphics and really just tap into that creative side like I was telling you guys. And I'm just like, oh, wow, like so much has changed. And the fact that my entire team is women, you know, I'm always sharing pictures of the baby. They're always giving me mom advice. And it's just really nice to be able to stay home, make money, take care of my child, but also provide for my family as well with my fiance. And yeah, guys, so that has been the update. So I am officially I'm trying to get this light out of my eyes, so I'm sorry if I keep moving, but yeah, I am officially a work from home mom. I am getting adjusted and accustomed to the work from home life. You know, fingers crossed, I'll be at this company for a long time, and I'll be able to continue to grow and learn and build our marketing team, or help train our marketing team as new hires come on in the future. And you know, it's just really nice to be able to stick to my personal career goals, but still be a mom and transition into motherhood without losing that one piece of me that has been so important and so like big in my life. I feel, especially in my 20s, like, you know, when you're young and in your 20s, all you're focused on is getting money and your career and working up the corporate ladder. So I'm really happy I didn't have to sacrifice that when it came to being a mom or becoming a mom. So that's been the update, guys. Thank you all who have noticed and, you know, have been celebrating me, wishing me, you know, good luck, or congratulating me, you know, that good stuff. But yeah, when life hits you, you know, it may be time for change. It may be time for you to step out on faith and just look for other opportunities. And I'm very, very happy that I did. I'm so happy I didn't stay stagnant where I was just because I love the company, or I love my coworkers, or I love what I do. It was so important for me to make that decision for my family. And it was the right thing to do at the right time. And just in case you are thinking like, how do I know when it's the right time? Trust me, you're going to know, you're going to feel it. Your spirit will just not sit right, and you'll know when it's time for you to make some changes. And yeah, so that's what I did. That's what I recommend all of you to do. Make sure you update your resume, update those social profiles. Make sure online you're very professional, and it's okay to put those pages on private in order for you to secure that next position, and clean up, rebrand yourself if you need to. So yeah, that's it. I am sending every ounce of my love, and I just want to thank God, glory to God, for him providing this new position and opportunity for me. And we'll see what else is coming within the new year. So